welcome to TMA Live on a Tuesday in association with WD18 the Watford Fans channel. Like, share and subscribe. I'm the young man. Don't put me in the free kick wall, Daniel D. Joined here by Pidge and Sir Duncan, as we have to call him Sir. I don't know why.
He's been knighted.
He hasn't been knighted yet, but
he's been knighted.
Is that for me being in goal?
Yeah.
Is that for my goalkeeper right now?
You're also done.
Yeah, we can put that in.
You work for Sir McAlpine, so you have that on your Facebook, so you also done.
That's true.
Officially
That is true.
done.
Well, we have other things to talk about, but we always start off with the next fixture, which is Huddesfield away. I'm not really positive about this. It's beating me down again, Watford are. I'm a bit worried about this one because they're fighting for survival, and I seem to think our players have gone on holiday already. I think we're going to lose 3-1, but I pass it over to you, Duncan. You have your thoughts on it. And
well, whether you look at it fortunately or unfortunately, I'm actually going to this one. The club coach.
Oh, you're going as well, are you?
So,
luck to you.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to go?
I am not looking forward to the long trip. My optimism I had in the last few games has gone down the plug a little bit here. I see players trying. I do see players trying. It's just moments of error. I don't think they're on the beach. Just simply, we've had defensive lapses, which isn't quite the same as when the entire team on the field.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So I see what you're saying, but I don't think it's quite as bad as that yet.
Yeah, I mean, we last two games. We've actually played reasonably well both games, but the only thing is, it's been poor defending.
Yeah,
and we have not scored enough goals.
Yeah,
against Burnley. You saw between the 10 minutes when Burnley were ahead and then before they got the goal, that spell between, our football was immaculate. That was good one-touch football. We made good chances.
Yeah.
Nick Pope was the difference in goal that day.
He saved them. He did save them.
There were two outstanding saves against, I think they were both Pereira, weren't they, I think?
Yeah. Oh, well, he denied him at least 3 times, but there was 2 real standouts.
Yeah, there was one... shortly after 10 minutes, but which he went to the near post, nearly caught him out, excellent save. And then the bending top corner, which was a superb sort of overarm save to push it up and away.
My standout for when Pope was that one where he palmed it down, but he went down, got down low, and
that was the first one of the two.
What fantastic! I said that.
If that was De Gea or someone, we'd be raving about it for weeks.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like if someone did an overhead kick. If Messi had done it, everyone would be saying it's greatest goal ever.
Yeah, same.
Same
as
same as saying that's what I'm saying. It was De Gea. We'd be saying.
Yeah. It's crap because it's good save's a good save.
It tells you. I know it's a little bit burning right, but it shows how much of a fight Heaton has to get back in the squad now, because he's a damn good keeper, Tom Heaton. But Nick Pope in this kind of form and actually performing that well, any team's going to struggle against Burnley. Yeah.
Right, Moy's going to be one of my picks for Saturday as a danger man. The Australian Moy.
Yeah.
I just think he's a quality player anyway. It was one of those, but I very rarely come out and say he'll transition, because I've always been since Tarat, or Tawat as I call him.
I like that.
Since he went up to in QPR and he was lazy and he didn't really kick in, I've been very sceptical of Championship players making a step up, or sort of reserve my judgment until they've actually done it. I think Moy's quality. I think he's a really good player.
Is that their striker? Sorry.
Midfield. He comes from Man City.
Steve. He had to have something though. He had to have something though, because if you remember, he was in the Man City academy.
Yeah.
And then obviously had loan spells out here.
Yeah, but Ali Adair was in the Arsenal academy.
Yeah,
both ways then.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I know what you mean. You're right though. Moy's got to have something about him to be in the City
there
academy.
To begin with.
Oh, cool.
I know what you're saying. Some players kick on and actually have the attitude you need.
Yeah.
And others don't, such as Niang.
Yeah, don't forget they've got Tom Ince. Bad player, to be fair. He still think he's finding his Premiership feet. I think he will get there. I can't pronounce this bloke's name. I put it, the striker, Steve. M-O-U.
Have you written it down?
Yeah, I have. That one.
Mounier.
Mounier, yeah, Steve Mounier. He's supposed to be pretty good there, striker.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
We were asking him to sum if you're
Tom Ince has only had one good season.
Yeah, so he hasn't found it yet, has he?
He's taking his time. He's got it there, but he doesn't show it. Not in. He spits and spits. I mean, like I say, he had one good season at Blackpool,
Yeah, yeah.
One outstanding season at Blackpool, and that's really been it, really, for the player of such promise.
I think Huddesfield did it because that's all they. Well, we know that's all they could really afford to bring that.
Oh, it was good signing for Huddesfield.
Yeah,
it's good play for Huddesfield, but for his potential, he's woe below average for the potential that he showed. I mean, obviously, everyone knew he wasn't going to be a Paul Ince because he's not that type of player. But in Milan, have got had to see something in him.
Yeah.
Regardless if his dad used to play for him, they've got to see something in him to really better take a punt. Because Scott Sinclair was like that at that age. They were looking at him, and a lot of clubs were looking at him.
Yeah.
But he was another one who never really found his feet.
Yeah, like you said, Tom Ince, I think he's got it. He just hasn't found it yet, as he's there somewhere.
Stuart Grimley's saying, and you guys will probably agree, this is a big game. This is a massive game for both.
Decore said it.
Yeah.
Decore said, yeah.
Well,
the players are aware of it. That's the thing. At least I'm saying the players seem to know the importance of recent results and the fact we have done well, but we still need to get more. And the players are aware of it. Whereas last season, at this point, they weren't really.
Well, in their last 5 matches, isn't great. What I've seen, they've won 1, they've lost 3, drawn 1, and they've only scored 3 goals. So,
doesn't make a great.
It don't set you the world.
It doesn't make a great reading, does it?
Well, it don't make promising for me because I'm blooming Watford alive,
Yeah, because they came to us and completely steamrolled us. We were shocking.
Yeah. Probably the worst performance I've seen us. Wasn't it?
That wasn't flattering on them. They were the better side all the way through that game.
No complaints.
We were shocking, weren't we? What we saw, we caught the second half.
I remember that their fans were probably one of the best as well since we've had this season, I think, as well.
Always promoted sides teams because they go there for nothing to lose,
Which is how you should treat it in your first season. That's how you should treat it.
But you always guarantee these promoted sides always going to have loud support anyway because they're basically the little ones going into the big pond sort of thing. We're going to make sure everyone knows we're here.
Great stuff, isn't it?
I'm saying that's what you do for your first season, and then from there,
if you stay up, it's a bonus and work.
And then you establish yourself, which is what we've done already.
I say I don't want to be negative, if we hold on for Bournemouth.
No, you're not being negative, so we're losing because you're basing it. We're only good as the last game. You're basing it on the last game.
Yeah. If we'd held out, beat Bournemouth, 3 points, and then
people would say we were
drawn with Burnley, it wouldn't be too bad.
People would go and be my pitch predictor if we had beaten Burnley. People would probably be going 2 or 3-1.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, I would. I'd be different. I'd be more positive, but
positive.
They're sort of knocking you down again. It's like, oh, come on, boys. You said I didn't watch it. But you said we did actually play well, which wasn't positive, but still lost.
Big shout out to Peter Kennedy. More importantly, Super Darren Green. Super Darren Grimley. So we've got the legends, and we've got all the legends here, and Watford Woody. He's here as well. Go on, Watford. Go on, Mr. Woody.
I see. You don't want to be negative, I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they go there and do a performance like they did against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Go there and play outstanding football. But I don't want to say they've lost their bite, but it seems
we're missing Deano. We're missing him badly.
He's been missing for a few. He's been injured for a few games.
He's been injured for a few games. Again, you bring up the Chelsea game.
I'll give Gray a go on the wing.
Yeah, I think Gray deserves it.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, he played on the wing for Burnley. He did all right there.
It was putting in some good performances. Now time is now to drop Firmino back at right back.
To the bench.
And put Gray and put Yamat on the bench and he's not a scapegoat in whatever reason. This is just how I would want to shake it up. And boys, give me your lineups or give us your lineups as well. And the score. I know most of you have done it, and who you're going to change, who you're going to put in. My personal thing, like I say, I'll shake up. I'll keep Old Bass. People are going to slaughter me here. I'll just keep Old Bass for this game, just for this game. Yeah. I'll ignore the left-hand side for the moment because it's pretty much sorted itself out. I'll keep Richarlison on the bench just for this game, and I'll put Gray on the right and drop Firmino onto right back and just see how it goes. And just play as a 3.
Yeah,
play him on the wing. Just see what he sort of did because he hasn't got the burden of holding the ball up. Plus, we can play him as a second forward. Deeney holds the ball up, does the dirty work, and lets Gray.
Well, they've been on the pitch. Deeney and Gray do seem to get on quite well. Actually, have something. So I do agree with that because Gray being a striker drops in more.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, he adds to the second striker, as you say, which actually means Deeney's got something to aim to a lot more. because we've said before, he's not a target man. He's got the attributes for it, but it doesn't play like one. He flicks it on. He doesn't hold it up. That's why you need a strike partner.
Yeah, but also a target man flicks it on as well. I mean, you look at what you're meaning is he's not Sheringham. Sheringham player. Sheringham was a target man. Teddy Sheringham was a target man, more of a target man. He can hold it up and flick it on. Deanie Moore's just a flick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When the head.
But he's still a target man, but in the sense that he really does one of the jobs.
I'm saying he's got the attributes for it, but he doesn't play like one.
No, he plays half of one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, he does the flick-ons, but he doesn't actually. He contributes to it, and I hope he can run onto it after. He flicks it on to someone else and then makes the run. We need someone who makes the run before he flicks it on. And
so,
I think Gray will
which is what Vidra or Igalo did.
Yeah, that's it. And it worked fine because they both sort of kicked off with each other.
They're feeding themselves to a degree, which is what we need.
And you realise Deanie always started, and he played alongside Vidra or Igalo.
Yeah.
It was never Igalo and Vidra. It was always Deanie plus one of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see Gray one more go. You know, this is it for you. You know, it sounds like you don't want to be. Because I still think he is a good player. I don't know why I'm still saying that. You know,
no, because
what we got to lose? Chuck him in there. You know, what we got to lose?
Well, Stuart's saying we want to finish season on a high. Do not want to finish fourth from bottom. We need to grow some.
Well, I was going to mention that. You know, I'm a bit. It's gone from a great start as usual. First 3 seasons we've had this, then poor little spurt, and now it looks like we're going to limbo over the bloody line again. It does look that way. It will be a very poor season again. It won't be a good season.
I can't disagree with you.
No, just going to limbo over fourth.
Seren's saying hi from the Harvesters in Garston.
You lucky sod. What are you ordering?
Yeah, I want a burger.
Yeah, steak.
Yeah, nice, but he likes a big piece of meat.
More.
Well, I have both of them.
So Morpheus is in Harvester Garston then.
Yeah, it just looks like we're in limbo, and you know, if we finish anywhere below, I'd say 12th.
Yeah.
I think that's a very. I know we're Watford, but you know we're supposed to, you know, like Darren Grimley. You know, we're not little Watford anymore. We're supposed to. We want to progress, get 10.
Sanjay's saying hello, Sanjay. Evening. Sanjay's saying that we've lost our cojones ever since Deanie made that comment.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, mate. That's a very good point.
Silver.
Yeah, it's just
snake silver.
Like I said, finishing below 12, I think
indeed.
it's a very unsuccessful season. You know, we just haven't gone anywhere.
No.
Staying up, it's great. Yeah, brilliant.
People say, how can you view a successful season? One, you can view it on not necessarily the league position as such as how you play the football.
Yeah.
Also, you can view it on the league position.
Yep.
You can view it on what progress on and off the field you've done, because you can finish, say, you finished 16th one season, you finished 16th another, but you progressed on and off the field. You can call that a success or a cut run. A success. Yeah. If you play both and you finish a good football and you finish in a higher position, that's a major successful season.
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
And probably our best season was under Flores.
At the moment, it was 13th and semi-final.
Well, actually, including even when God was here, but with God, we didn't have as much money, so that one is why.
It's a different era.
Yeah, I'm not counting that as a Premier. Yeah, but it's still a Premier League season, but I'm not counting it because he didn't have money. Didn't have any. He didn't have as much money.
Great if he did. He'd love that.
Taylor would have got us at least mid-table.
Oh God, yeah, no problem with players.
Because he knew this. Because at the time we still had debts. He didn't want to bankrupt. He didn't want to bankrupt the club, and he said that as well. He says, "I'm not spending what Derby is spending, or teams like that who were spending 3 or 4 million on players at that time just to keep them up."
Which at the time was much bigger than it sounds now.
Yeah.
No, I love Graham Taylor.
But anyway, what I was saying, all these 3 seasons, we finish. It depends how we finish. But the Kike Flores one, semi-final FA Cup and 13th. If you look at it from the outside, that was a magnificent season.
Yeah, from the outside.
But near the tail end of that season, there were massive issues in the squad.
Yeah.
That came about from Flores.
That's what I mean by viewing it from a successful to not unsuccessful, but from a lesser successful season than you would from an outside. Because people said to us, "Well, if someone said to you 13th and semi-final, you'd take that." I said, "Yeah, but it's all what happened during the season."
That's what's happened with Southampton. People at Southampton were saying, "Why do you sack?" Was it Puel?
Well, that's what I said. Why are you second Puel? You got to was it final?
But the same way Flores was, they were saying there were underlying issues in the way he managed.
Puel was basically the football.
Pellegrino, who was sent by Southampton this season, even though now this sort of come out, they were saying that was underlying last season at Southampton.
Yeah, but it's got worse. They reckon the football's got worse over
Yeah,
there.
but it's got worse, but I'm saying the right started saying then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying under him. So that's why it looks odd on the outside, but usually there's context. If you actually speak to the fans and listen to what they've seen, there's normally more to it.
Yeah. Well, Stuart's come back at this. Sanjay said about the cojones. Stuart said, and he said, thanks, Darren. Hi, Seren. Seren sneaked out to watch us, by the way, and he's Steve said, enjoy your salad. So hopefully he's having
no salad, Seren. No.
He likes a nice warm piece of meat.
Salad's for rabbits, mate. You're not a rabbit. You don't want that. It's for rabbits.
I've always said this is a controversial vegetarian thing, but they always say weird thing. They're actually killing the ones that they're trying to save by eating all the lettuce. So that's all I can say. But anyway, he's getting Stuart saying we are playing for flip-flop season, yet we are completely safe. Hi, Seren and Woody. Yeah.
I wouldn't say completely.
Start of the season, so much promise. We were excellent. We were amazing football. Some of the football was brilliant.
Up to Everton.
Up to 2-0 at Everton.
Yeah.
Because we were at 2-0 at a team like Everton. It was still even then. And they're still a big club. Still a massive club. At there, you think, oh, brilliant. You know, and then from that point on, from the 65th minute, the whole season went down. Because against City, we just caught them on one of those days where they were just awesome. And we delivered too much respect to them.
Up until about last month, City have been untouchable, for all intents and purposes, apart from if you're Liverpool.
Yeah, there's chinks in the armour, but no one really exposed the chinks in the armour.
Or knew how to.
Yeah, I think it was not knowing how to. I think you were probably knowing how to rather than if there is any.
You're starting to see, I think, now. And the play when they've lost, you found Fernandinho, for example, as you said, long ball.
Yeah.
So it sounds obvious, but over the top seems to be most effective against them.
Well, just have a go at them, you know. Bristol City.
We lost 3-1. We lost, but we had a go at them.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you know, Bristol City. You know, gave them a great game just by having a go at them, and you know they've got better players. They just played football and played.
Sanjay's saying you just can't see us winning.
At Huddesfield.
Yeah.
No,
I'm going to put predictor. I'm going to go blind faith. 2-1. I'm going to get 2-1.
I'm going to go for a 1-1. I'm going to go for a nerve-wracking.
You know why I do it, and it's not. I'm not doing a tie out of Arsenal Fan TV where it's completely deluded. I just think I look back a lot of time, and I did put it for one of our games, the Liverpool game. I did say we were going to lose. Yeah, so it wasn't every game is 2-1. But I do. I'm only putting this one because I'm taking heat from the Arsenal game last season. I'm always looking back at games where we were crap up to this point, or been average. But we, like I say, the last two games, most of the games we've been playing well. The
performances have been there. It's just been lapses.
Yeah, it's the silly stuff that we failed to score. We failed to kill off teams. This is all season. When we've lost, we failed to kill off teams, and we've defended poorly at the back. Everything else has been quite decent.
Always from set pieces.
But just generally, this season we've been poor. But the last two games, it's been set pieces mainly. But all season, when we think that is the main theme.
The theme of it,
that is the theme of the whole season, be it set pieces or not. Well, set pieces we know we're crap at.
It's immensely frustrating, but
it's not the coach.
We're actually performing.
We cannot blame the coach now. It must be some sort of thing because we've had 4 coaches in the.
It's a personnel issue.
Yeah, in the Premier League in the Premier League era, in our latest Premier League era, we've had 4 coaches, and all of them cannot
get this right. Yeah, like I said, it can't be the coach. Right.
But I'm sorry. Look at the Burnley one. Look at one of their goals.
I've seen that.
The one that was going across over the line. It was blatantly over the line. We all know it was blatantly over the line.
That's where goal line take.
Yeah. You didn't. I mean, you need a goal line tick for the linos, but when you see it stopped, even before they went to the goal line bit, it was well over. But 5 Burnley players and 2 Watford defenders, and the rest of them were on near the edge of the 8-yard box.
8 of our players.
8 of our players just clustered
standing there,
and it's like. Zona marking. What was? I didn't even know if that was zona marking or man. It certainly weren't man marking, so it must have been zona marking.
Must have been.
But if it's zonal marking, what zone were they marking?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because
what the hell were they marking?
Casper the Ghost.
All the penalties.
There's definitely paranormal activity there because you know I think even I couldn't see them.
I just think
A bunch of John Cena's. I
just think we're getting back to the Kiko Flores bit a bit. We go a goal down or behind, we don't look like winning.
Yeah, Sanjay is right. Tyler Rose did say come in your arms. Crying sort of way. Yeah, so she did say that. She's basically positive. She's positive. She just said come in your arms.
Yeah, whenever we go a goal down, it's like, oh, we've lost.
Yeah.
It feels like the Kiko Flores at the moment. Even when we go ahead, we lose. But if we go behind, that's what I think of Huddesfield score. I just, just don't look.
That's what I'm thinking.
Goes.
That's it. I'm going for a nerve-wracking 1-1.
Yeah, you can keep it 1-0. I'm going to stick with 3-1.
It's going to be either 1-1 or 2-1.
Yeah, it's just case
if it goes bad, it'll be 3 or 4-1.
I hope to God they prove me wrong. I hate bloody Watford losing.
Yeah, but a prediction doesn't mean you're being negative. You're being realistic.
I'm just
in your mind, you're you're only as good as your last game.
Yeah,
and that could be a realistic 2-3-1 defeat. Could be a realistic, possibly realistic.
Just because they're fighting, even we're still fighting for survival, but we're not in a bad.
But
spot
we're more
like
than mid-table sort of thing compared to what they are. They're a couple more points down. They're looking more behind them than we are.
And if we lose it, like you said, it's getting in a real.
But at the end of the day, and I keep saying this, whilst you're not in the bottom 3, you should be looking up.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you keep winning, it's in your own hands. While you're in the bottom 3, you have to look at other people's results because then you have to. One of them has to slip for you to move up. Because you all win. You're never going to stay up.
You're stagnating.
Yeah, that's it. You're stagnating. So you have to. So with us, it's in our own hands. It's in Huddesfield's hands. You just got to just keep winning.
Yeah, that's all he can do.
One more win and we're safe.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Just one more bloody.
One more we're safe. I'd like at least 2 more, but
I'd like 3 more.
I'd like 2 or 3 more.
Of course.
Because, like I say, it works nice for next season.
I'd like to get 50 points.
And the money as well. If you remember, the higher you get, the more money you get from.
At least a couple of million each position, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's important, isn't it? It's like another player, isn't it?
When we slipped from like 12 to 16, I think we missed out on what was it? I want to say 10-15 million.
That's another player. That's at least one more player.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's an equivalent of Shalabai Hughes. At least,
and
probably Firmino as well.
Yeah, someone on Facebook checked that, but I think that's roughly what it was rated to.
Mick's going for the pitch predictor. Well done, Sir Mick. Well done, mate. Watford Steve's put a good point. He would be interested to see a stat for the goals scored from set pieces against the goals conceded from set pieces.
Oh God, I bet that's very interesting.
Right. Watford Steve, at the start of the season, we were level with Liverpool. Well, no, after the Liverpool game, we were level with Liverpool at 37. Since we've been,
really.
In the Premier League, in certain numbers, not necessarily Premier League era, it was just 37. It was, I think, it was just completely shocking. We were top. Alongside Liverpool, alongside the Copshites.
It's really bad, isn't it?
Well, at least we're winning at something, then.
Yeah, if we lose this one, we're in a fight. There's going to be 2 points behind them.
Yeah. I'm saying I think we'll get a point from this game.
I don't sound negative. I'll take that. I'd rather win and get them, safe.
Anyone would rather
relax.
Just get safe, get mathematically safe.
Yeah, 41. We'll be on if we win. I think it is, isn't it? 41 points.
Let me check.
Thing is, we get mathematically safe.
Yeah. Then they can relax, we can relax, and it probably flow a bit better.
Just say to them, just go out and play football. If we lose, we lose. We just go out and play football. Yeah. Just relax and let's finish the season.
Well, no, we've got Newcastle yet, haven't we, to play at home? Got them at home.
Yeah. Mr. Mark Payne's online. Evening, sir. Watford C said, I'm going to use a reverse.
38 points.
Watford,
if we got
38 points.
If we got a draw, we'll be on 38. We're on 37 points.
I'll say it will be 40 if we win. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be.
Because we're on 37. I'm going to use reverse psychology and predict a loss because I keep predicting wins and getting them wrong. Well done, Watford Steve.
Well, not that's what I'm
Can't to try.
I am predicting 3-1.
Well, I've done that before.
Yeah, I know you have. It's true.
So I slag them off. People say you're being negative. It's not. It's a reverse psychology. I want them to then say bang in 20 goals or something, and it's like
Well, we done it with Britos, and we went to Sunderland, and he scored the only goal. He scored it.
And even the paper said, you're in trouble when Britos scores.
We didn't care.
Because he don't score. Yeah.
The next one, he went on Britos.
When Zuniga came on, I said, Zuniga, you score as well, mate. He didn't because he's crap. But
that's what you owe.
I honestly was hoping, guys. You can message, you can ring in on TMA live at outlook.com, or if you're lucky enough to be on my friends. On my Facebook friends, or if you want to add me, just add me and then go to Facebook Messenger and click the call icon, the phone icon. You can call us here, guys, and give us your opinion. Yeah.
Right, I'll get on the same house. Now, people do not kill me for this because he was a great man. I loved him, GT. This is nothing against him. I loved him. Great bloke, like we all did. But I did read up on this. I did see it, you know, about people. Some said we should, and some said we shouldn't. But about, you know, stopping the 72nd minute applause.
Rita said,
some did. Don't should be. I love the man. If they want to keep it, great. I'll still stand up and applause when I'm there.
You're still
but
standing.
Some said, you know, it can be a distraction to the, which I can understand from a player's point of view.
Right.
It can be a distraction.
I'll tell you.
It, yes, I'd love to keep it.
Right, I'll give you two things. Right, one, Rita Taylor's already said that she prefers it to be stopped.
Okay, yeah.
Because now it's just getting bored because a lot of people are not bothering. Also, I would say, I'm sorry, but how come the opposition aren't distracted by it?
No, it's fine. I'd
a lot of people have been putting on the forums that it doesn't seem to disturb all the away teams when they're scoring. The problem is that we keep clapping as well. A team's going to score against us in the 72nd minute.
Right.
No,
I mean, I've done it. Last game we went to.
Burnley
did
did
it.
Yeah.
I'm saying Burnley did exactly that. It was that 70-minute period.
Yeah.
We started clapping 2 goals. I'm not saying it's why, but at minimum, it's coincidence.
Yeah.
I mean, someone who used that thing that it distracts them, but I'm sorry, we don't need a clapping thing to distract our players from not defending.
They don't need any help.
I mean, it's a good point, but I mean, if we were keeping clean sheets and suddenly we started clapping, then they conceded goals in the next 2 games or something, then you could say, "Oh, come on, lads, let's stop it," because it's obviously affecting them. But we're conceding goals left, right, and centre in different parts of the.
You know, it's only for 1 bloody minute as well, isn't it? It's not like
they should do it on the anniversary, around the game of the anniversary, around the
yeah,
time.
I'd agree with that.
That is it, or the Taylor game every summer and the anniversary. That is it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because you say most of the ground doesn't take part anymore, or might be an exaggeration, but at least half the ground doesn't. Take part.
You're probably right. No, you are probably right.
It's just run
I
out.
wouldn't care if we kept it or not. It's the least.
It's just run out of steam at this point, and some of the people who are going to the matches now don't know why we're clapping. That's why you're seeing so few people actually clapping now, because it's not as raw now.
Well, some people forget as well.
Yeah. I mean, most people who have got bored of it or forget, not bored with the fact that we're doing it, not the fact that it's for the meaning of it. They just sort of said, we don't need to do it now. We've done it for a season. It was nice for doing it to the end of the season.
Yeah, I'd agree, but it's run its course.
It has run its course.
Personally, I'd be in favour of stopping at this point.
Stopping it, like I say, doing it at the friendly and doing it on the anniversary.
I'd agree with that completely.
That's it. And then just
do we know what's going to happen with this statue they're on about with Taylor? Do we know any information?
Oh no, it's been unveiled at
it's
the Taylor game.
August, isn't it?
It's been unveiled at the Taylor game.
Yeah, that'd be around July, August, wouldn't it?
4th of August.
I'm saying it's around July, August.
Yeah, it's around July, August.
Go and see the unveiling.
Yeah,
it's just seeing that.
We'll definitely go to the Taylor game.
Definitely.
There's a celebrity game coming up as well, but I don't know.
They're
definitely Mooney and all that lot going to be there.
Really?
So I'm
definitely going to Taylor game.
Mr. Blissett's playing. I believe he is.
Blissett's definitely playing. Yeah.
Great man, Blissett,
Yeah.
No, definitely go to that. They're unveiling that. That'd be brilliant. That'd be very good. Right, the other thing. Again, people say yes or no on this. I'd love to see it. Talking about expanding the stadium, as everyone knows, to 30,000.
24 and 30,000 options, I think.
I'll go 30,000.
Why don't you just do it 30? What's the point 24?
That's the thing. I think they're aiming for the 30k.
Yeah, I would.
Because then we need to put more disabled spots in there, so that will help that. Because then people won't say you're taking our seat away, like they did with the Rookery. When they were going to move a bit.
Well, they're taking the low grade turn, which is where I'm sitting.
Yeah, you're going to have the thing, because I know your mum mentioned about this.
We're going to be moved over 2 or 3 rows down from where we are at the moment, move the entire block down. So I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand I know your mum made her point quite clear, and it was quite valid point as well, not because she's your mum, but it was quite a thing because you're the season ticket holder. And if you were sitting there for a while, you would get a bit peed off.
For about 15 at least years now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. You've been sitting there a long time. It's your seat, and you're now being asked to move. Yeah. We've always said, guys.
I don't mind us moving down for the disability seats. Just
of course, sir. It's the. Yeah, I mean, because it's 4, you don't mind, but because you've been there 15 years. You know, it's a shame they can't do it.
No matter how they do it, it's going to rankle.
Oh yeah, of course. We've mentioned this last Sunday or the Sunday before, didn't we?
There's going to be no option that'll satisfy everyone.
No,
I think that's part of it.
It has to be done, and it's quite right.
They're doing it about as fair. Actually, they're doing it about as fair as they can in the way they're doing it. By moving the entire block down. If you want to move, you're getting once everyone's renewed their seats, you get first dibs on the remaining ones.
Yeah,
that's about as fair. That's about as fair as you can do it. When you actually break down what they're doing, that's about as fair as they can do it. But you're never going to be happy. And it will rankle. I mean, it rankled with me, so I'm moving 2-3 down.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything about it.
It's not the end of the world, is it?
Exactly.
It's a necessary evil. It needs to be done because we have to fit the requirement, and everyone's welcome at the Vic.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the people, it's always going to upset someone because they've been sitting there a long time, i.e., you and your mum.
Yeah, I'm saying that you're never going to get a perfect solution.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, some people were against it. You know, I didn't quite get into
it.
Some people were happy about it. Some people really.
I think the actual disability. What's the club's disability? Watford Trust, isn't it? I think. I think they're the ones that were saying they actually weren't pushing for these seats. It's because the government were.
The Premier League, I think, have been.
That and the government, the combination of, were actually going to be pushing for these seats in the future. So in order to safeguard the club, they've had to put it in, not because they want to, but because they have to.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, you look at the allotments behind. They've cleared the allotments out.
Yeah.
Look how that space is actually bigger than our stadium.
Oh, really?
And they're saying why I said that on the principle of what our Spurs did. I'm not saying build a 60,000 seater, but look at what Spurs did. And I'm not saying we would move, but if we built a stadium there, it'd be bigger. You could have more room there. Building a stadium.
And you're still in Vicarage Road area.
And still Vicarage Road. You could build a stadium and just move it off.
Well, I don't think it was moved to stadium.
Weren't
it? I was reading something about that.
I think the Watford side really misquoted that. Because Duxbury said it was an option, but they're looking to expand. They're not looking to move.
Yeah, no.
And we've got enough room there. Back there, you could have we could have our own training complex there if we really wanted to. We're not, but you could have the training ground there, or like City done a mini village. I'm not saying we would do that.
No, Porto might have that in future plans. You never
know. Swansea do that, don't they? Swansea have something like that.
It's great idea.
I mean, Rushden Diamonds years ago. I know they were extinct now, but they had the training facilities right next to the ground.
Brilliant.
And City have got it. City have got a miles better. They've got the biggest. They've got the greatest training ground in the world.
They've got the greatest everything pretty much in the UK, man. City.
No, the world. It's the envy of the world. That and Qatar. There's one. There's that one. The two best in the world are one in Qatar, where all the teams use it for their breaks. They go over there sometimes. Plus Man City's one. But Man City's got the Academy Stadium.
Brilliant. It's better than some of the bloody stadiums in the lower leagues what they train on, isn't it?
It's Sandy's put if the hospital was moved to the allotments, we would have room to expand along Vicarage Road.
The hospital's never going to be moved.
No, they must. Well, yeah, the way they're doing it, but I think they could knock certain bits of the old buildings down and move it down to the bottom.
I know what you're saying, but they aren't.
No, they were not in the moment.
Vicarage Road was sooner moved than the hospital, I think.
Yeah, even though the football club was there years before, about 40 years before the hospital. You know,
even if we do expand it to 30, I can't see us going above 30.
No.
Say we do it now in 10 years' time, I can't see it ever going above 30,000. You know, I think that will be our max.
Assuming we stay in the Prem for a good while. We'd probably fit our 27-28 average, and if it's a proper sort of derby type, or not even derby, just your Man City, Man U type game,
Liverpool.
Then you could probably set up then.
Yeah,
as we've done before.
Yeah, you can build something definitely. But if Watford acquired that, you can definitely build something on it, even if it's not the ground. You can build some sort of Watford village or some sort of thing in there it's keyed in with the local community. The Watford still are the community.
The Watford bunker is a nice example of that, isn't it? The little bunker we have is a nice little example.
Yeah, that you eventually found now, haven't you? So
yeah.
You know where it is.
You know where it is now. Sat nav. Yeah. Stuart Higgins said, can build over Occupation Road, Mick said, but Stuart Higgins said, if or when it happens, everyone which or not can attend games should be honoured. We have so many supporters that can't afford season tickets. A section should open up for pay on the day. We can fill the stadium.
I'd love pay on the day. I would. We'd be able to.
Yeah, one of them is come anonymous, but can I just he knows who he is. Thank you ever so much for offering to pay for my season ticket. Someone's actually offered to pay for my season ticket, but it really depends on who I'm going with as well. So, you know, it's tempting, but he knows who he is.
Good man.
Yeah. I'll just say, Nick, thank you very much. It's anonymous, but thank you very much. Big shout out to Nick.
I don't like the way they've done that. I'm disappointed in the club with it.
That's another thing. Season tickets, guys.
Very disappointed.
This is not going to be a major rant, but all we can say is we had season tickets for absolute years, and I'm not going to hark on about history. We're big supporters or anything, but as far as we're concerned, we've messaged the right people now. But we just think, and we honestly think, season ticket holders. We're not just saying because this young man's here. Season ticket holders, existing ones, and especially ones that have been there going for years, you should get discounts like you're doing. Get discounts every season.
Yeah, you get the early birds.
Get perks and everything when you get season tickets. Completely agree with that because you've been there through thick and thin. We've only just turned back on getting our season tickets for whatever reason. My family, blah blah blah. Both of us just couldn't afford it at the time.
Yeah.
I honestly, hand on heart, we should be able to pay. Anyone who's a new season holder should be able to pay, even if it's over 4 months. You should be able to pay over 4 months, 3 or 4 months, the season ticket, not the whole bloody sum. That's all I can say. I think it's absolutely disgusting from the club, and I think it's ridiculous. And I'm very disappointed.
One of our family friends has been going for umpteen years now, as long as us, pretty much. With mum, probably you're talking at least 30 years. It's struggling because they can't do the staggered payments.
And when we started years ago, we could pay, and we started pay, with direct debit. We started pay. I know years ago we paid over periods.
Yeah.
And that was a new system, and that was years ago.
Yeah. It's
we pay
why some that it's not like it's a new thing. Why was some that existing being taken away?
Yeah, I mean, Mick said it's discriminating against low-paid families.
When we were first in the Premier League, we told him my dad had season tickets, just paid monthly.
Well, we were, like I say, we're not going, oh my God, we were great fans because we saw them in the lower leagues, but we remember going and seeing them in League One and stuff like that, and, you know, we remember having gates of like 8,000. You know, and we see some of the same faces now that we saw years ago. I still remember a few faces that were there years ago. I think, honestly, I mean, you know there's going to be more fans that when we go into the Premier League, and I'm not going to call them glory hunters, you just get more people. When the team gets more...
Because they're interested, because you're in the biggest league. Yeah.
It
makes sense. That's just natural.
Yeah, honestly. But I just think that is the only thing I would slate the club over.
Yeah.
The kit thing I don't do because every club, it's the manufacturer as much as the club. Manufacturers pick the price a lot of the time. But yeah, with the season tickets, it's completely disgusting. I've messaged the right people, not having a go, just seeing if they can work a way around it. But we will, guys. If not, Jamie Evans, thank you very much, mate, for sorting out your season ticket for us this season and helping us out, mate. There's a big shout out to you, fella.
Thank you very much, mate.
There should be a standard option. Direct debit should be a standard option of paying. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there should be some sort of thing with new buyers. There should be something like you put the first £100 down.
Yeah, a deposit's fair. Like
there should be something.
That's completely fair.
I agree with that. 100 to 150 or something. So you can basically say,
I'm serious about this.
I'm serious. Yeah, rather than saying, I might take it, or you take a seat away from someone that say we're waiting, someone else got a ticket and then a seat, and then decided not to have it.
Bang, 150.
Once you get offered one, there should be some sort of thing. You get offered one, you have a month or something to start paying.
Yeah.
So if we've got
£50 a month, it'll soon be paid off once you give 150, won't it?
That's it.
Be paid off in about 4 or 5 months.
Give us a £150 deposit or something and say, right, that's a down payment.
Say £50 a month. Sorry.
Oh, perfect.
If you don't pay the £50 a month,
you lose
your season ticket just don't get cancelled to your bloody pay.
Right, can I just say, like I say, I shouted out before, we'll shout it again, like I say, not because Duncan's here, but you guys who are season tickets at the moment, you get all the perks and the discounts you can, guys, because you are the fans that pay all the money to get into the ground, and the season ticket holders will completely respect you. Yeah, so we'll say that before we say anything about tickets. We always say that, and that's our disclaimer before we say anything about fans going and tickets. We always say, we always respect the guys that turn up. We always respect the guys that can't go and have to watch it on streams and stuff like that, i.e. that young man and myself. So, there we go. So yeah, that's my rant over and done with tickets. Don't bury it's in there. It's in there.
That's it. It's in there. Right, this is from Sky Sports. I'm a bit disappointed in this actually because I don't know much about this youngster. But for the Watford have ended their interest in Stevenage defender Ben Wilmot. You know, we bid 500,000 peanuts. You know, and they wanted 1.5 million.
And yet earlier it was reported we actually met that.
Yeah, I saw that, and we've
by
said
Adam Leventhal, who's tier 0 for us.
and we've said no, and you know, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and other teams have looked at him, and it's like, what the hell, Watford? What? It's 1.5 million. He's 18 years old.
Until Sky Sports come up with this stuff, I don't take it as thing because Sky Sports.
The only person I trust is Sky Sports for what?
Adam Leventhal.
Yeah, for a reason, because he's, for all intents and purposes, club spokesman officially.
And also when Sky Sports print it up, it's not necessarily rumours. There's a lot of watertight information coming out because they get them directly from the clubs. So you don't get much information on Sky Sports about us until you get stuff they're interested in Richarlison or
you get the usual paper bollocks.
But when it's something like a bid or something,
it's something specific, yeah,
and it's a bid, and they said they bidded 500,000. We bidded 500,000 as to believe they wanted 1.5 million. What I would say, and I said this to you, I'll hark on back to the Dele Alli situation, where looking at it now, we would have taken him at 3 or 4 million, but at the time, the posers had just come in. We got offered him 4 million, about 4 million. We turned it down. At that time, no one knew he was going to be the player he is. Okay, he's a diving cheat sometimes, but as a player, he's quality. Can't argue with that. He's a quality player. We didn't know back then. The only worry I got with this Ben Wilmots, because I think he's a really good player, is we're going to have another situation like that. And a lot of teams did this with John Stones, and John Stones is now starting to show his class.
Yeah, he is.
But a lot of teams turned that down, and Everton punted for him, and Everton benefited from that.
Yeah.
I think we might get this with Ben Wilmot. I think this could be a missed opportunity.
I think
peanuts.
I think the fact that Adam Leventhal said we actually bidded 1.5 and accepted. Yeah. I'm going to take the fact it was Jason Moore as a pinch of salt simply because it was Adam Leventhal who initially said we actually won the bid, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why until I see it from other sources, either way I'm going to withhold judgment. I'm led to believe more. We do have him.
Well, they wanted 1.5, and we said we didn't want that.
No, but I'm saying Adam Leventhal reported we did need that.
That's quite opportunist there. That is as well with the bid.
No, I just think it's staff. What are we going to lose with 1.5 million?
That's it.
What is it? 18-year-old who's going to get better if he doesn't have a good start.
If he turns up having a good start and ends up playing for England, we basically got an England international for 1.5 million.
I said could be a second one, or even potentially further if he uses well developed as he does.
I'm still banging on the Aidan Flint drum until that thing. Yeah. I still think 10 million for Aidan Flint is absolute peach because he's 28, prime of his career. We can get probably at least 4 or 5 years out of him. Tall, heads the ball, English, no nonsense, gets rid of the ball. If we have to put him alongside Maps, there's worse combinations out there, aren't there?
Oh God, Flint.
Or can that be labelled with a player like Clavan or whatever he's called from Liverpool? Well, great, and good signings.
Right, then the next one, we're never going to get away from this, about our players. United are interested in Richarlison now for 40 million.
Yeah.
One other thing I want to mention for United, which I was sort of thinking about actually. Everton, obviously there's other clubs interested in Richarlison. Yeah. Everton are another one, and they mentioned a player that we've forgotten about because he's been injured for so bloody long. If we sold him to Everton, I wouldn't mind taking like an exchange, and, say 40 million as well for Balassi. Would you have him there? A fully fit Balassi, no injuries, 30 million with Richarlison plus Balassi in a deal.
I'd have Balassi, but I'd have James McCarthy with that as well. I'll throw McCarthy in there as well because at 40 million, if we said we'd do a straight swap with McCarthy and Balassi for Richarlison,
that's the swap.
Yeah, because you have another centre midfielder.
You got two players for one. Yeah.
I'd rather take the cash. I'd rather just have 40 million in cash and then sell on.
Or give us Michael Keane.
Yeah, I forgot
for Richarlison.
That's
Keane and Balassi.
No, it won't happen. But if you had a choice, which we have,
I know what you're saying. But
that's an interesting.
I'd have John Joe Kenny. Well, there's John Joe Kenny. I think he's quality.
That's right. I'd rather just have a straight up cash. I'd rather have 40, 50 million in cash. Nice little sell.
Oh, yeah, sell him on. If say for argument's sake, Everton came in and said, right, 40 million for Richarlison. I said, that's fine. Okay, if we're going to sell him for 40 million. then go back there and get someone like Holgate or
what was that?
John O'Kelly
That's
on loan.
fine, but I treat them as separate transactions.
Yeah,
rather
but
than
it
loan.
sweetens them up to get a loan for
What was
one of
that
their
good
promising players.
midfielder you said about Class?
Klassen, David Klassen.
Yeah.
I'll still go
Oh,
on
I
about
agree.
that.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't be opposed to that. And the thing is, we do have quite a good attacking midfielders in our team already.
Yeah, Kane would be a good one.
You'd end up having a bit of an Everton situation here. So we have Pereira, Hughes, you then have Klassen.
No, we've got a great midfield.
I'd have McCarthy, Holgate, or Colgate, as I'll call him.
No, Holgate's a good one.
Calvert-Lewin.
That's not a bad
We'll
shout.
get Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
It just means,
Maybe.
so with United, when we had Ben Foster, we sweeten them up. You know, when you sell players onto these big clubs, you sweeten them up to say, and we don't like Everton anyway at the moment for what they did with Silver, but we moved on from that now and just sorry, you know.
We have. It's gone now.
It's like when you break up with a girlfriend, you move on from it, then don't you? It's sort of like it's all sort of we're friends now, sort of. You know, it's like that, isn't it? But you know, needs must. You know, if we I don't want him to go, put it that way. I'm not sort of angling that I want him to go, but if he does end up going,
I think it'd be a mistake to sell him.
Oh, it would be.
I've said it before. I see Decore going for probably 50, 60 plus, and then nice little sell on. And then Richarlison will develop here for another year or two, and then it'll go.
We can basically buy a whole new defence if we needed to. I'm not saying a whole new defence.
We sold both for Decore and Richarlison.
Yeah, buy Adam Flint, Lascelles or something like that.
Keep Kafka, keep Cabasale, keep Mariappa, keep Brodel, sell the rest. There's your core for defenders. Get additional ones.
Get Luke Shaw out on loan for a season.
Yeah,
Get Luke Shaw. I'll have Luke Shaw.
Would you buy him outright?
Get him for a loan for a season, see what he does.
I'd get him loan.
Get him on loan for a season. I'd have Luke Shaw. I'd get people like
I'd get Youngie back. I'd be cheeky because he can do it at the back. He's proved he can.
Problem is though at the moment because he's playing regularly for United, we've got no chance.
Yeah, well, you never know.
If it was Luke Shaw,
though,
if Luke Shaw was playing in front of that Youngie, then I'd say definitely get Youngie back.
Mourinho don't like Luke Shaw. I've seen he's talking about.
People laughed at me getting Fabian Delph, but if next season, if Fabian Delph has been playing brilliantly for City, and if this guy Bernard Mendy comes back in when he's fit, Delph won't get a look in. Delph, like Moves didn't realise he was playing left back all season.
No, because he's been playing.
He's a midfielder that's playing left back. I'd give bloody Fabian Delph a loan contract for 6 months or so. Get him in, sod it. You know, he's played well.
Yeah, I just think Richarlison. I just still think he's a magnificent player. He's just tired. We all know this. Yeah. I think you'll see the Richarlison we start from the beginning next season. He'd have had a rest. He ain't going to the Brazilian World Cup yet. He ain't getting in that.
No, we're having a bit.
It might be in the next one.
We've got a bit of a bidding war with Stuart and Woody. Woody saying sell. Then Woody saying no cash.
No cash.
I think he's saying
sell for.
I think he's saying no. Just sell for cash.
Just no. Just no. Just no.
No.
He just puts. It's usually just no. He usually puts stuff with no meaning behind it. It's just no. But Stuart's hit back and saying Ricky will go for 40 odd, Decore 40 odd. Great news if we all get the money to really have a go at this league. If we get all those spouses to spend on the new revamp on the team, I'm well up for it.
Richie I see going for 40 if we sold him this summer. I can see him going for 40. Decore is going for at least 50 or 60.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because of his form.
40's not.
He's been one of our best players this season.
I'm saying he's a critical player as well. Richarlison is I'd probably call him important, but he's not critical.
He's work in progress.
Yeah, he's not critical to how we function, whereas Decore is critical.
I mean, at the start, about 5-6 games in, he was critical alongside Decore because of his impact.
I say that's why he's got the valuation he has now because of it as well.
Yeah, but not now. Yeah, I agree now. Not now. It's Decore's majorly more. Out of the two, you'd have Decore playing any day of the week over Richarlison.
And that's what's happened.
Yeah, I mean,
that's actually what's happened.
I think Richarlison, I know we haven't seen it, but he is going to be a world-class player, and I think it'd be a big mistake if we say, I think Decore, you're right, Decore is going to go. I can't see us. We came for another season, great. None of us are moan because he is a brilliant player, but I think he's going to bigger and better things. And so with Richarlison, but not next year. He's got to stay for one more year.
Yeah.
At least one more year.
One more, and then we will lose him. It will be 40-50 million, but that kid's still got something. He's still only 20.
Certainly,
Mix Watford when he is saying, well, I knew what he meant as well. He did mean that just the cash, just get the cash out of the way. But it's no harm going back there later and seeing if we can sweeten them up and give us a couple of loan deals. just bolster the squad.
You know, 80 million's a lot of money, like they said. You know, you get a lot of good players.
Even in today's market, 18 million is a metric ton of money.
Yeah, right. Show off those T-shirts, the nice T-shirts, the nice ones. They've got, look, brothers, the Deany brothers are here. Guys, Ashby St Eve, go on Google, type in Ashby St Eve, go on there, it's got Watford superhero T-shirts, other club ones. So if you obviously, you've got your mates who don't necessarily support Watford, they want to go and get their own superhero T-shirt from their team as well, they've got them there, gifts and souvenirs, Ashby St Eve. If you've got any questions or any ideas you want to pitch to the Ashby St Eve lads, message Lord Soren or obviously the main man Jim Cook. So message them as well. But just go Ashby St Eve on Google and visit the shop. Quick, fast delivery. Go to Watford Steve. Remember, Watford Steve's merchandise. He's got a few things he's posting up now that I said I wasn't going to reveal, but he's revealed them. He's got a T-shirt that I'm getting. He's got his Craig Ramage new T-shirt. Thank you very much, Ramage.
Why am I not surprised?
Yes, Craig Ramage T-shirt, but also a loofah one's on. He's done a loofah one as well. Awesome loofah one. Yeah, he's done a couple more. Go to Watford Steve Happy Hornet on Facebook. He's got his links to his shop. New ideas are coming through on all the forums, including our one. Just keep looking out for those ones, guys. Quick, fast delivery also by him. And just remember, we're in association with WD18, the Watford Fans channel. Like, share and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel. Just type in WD18 for all the latest fan news, player news, player fan interviews, post and pre-match. If you want to have an interview with them, usually the away games, just have a look around for them or message Jacob on this forum. Or if for the home games, they're usually just outside, about 5 minutes after full time, outside the shop. Just remember, whilst we're on YouTube, we're almost 40 for subscribers. Woo! Like, share, and subscribe. Go to TaylorMade Army TV. On YouTube, and we've got a few little tidbits on their way, so we'll get them up and running soon as well to make, rather than just a highlights reel of the podcast. Also remember Graham Laycock's mugs. We haven't got anything here. I've got them washing up after having tea and coffee.
Yeah, I had a couple of them actually. I had a couple too.
But got $7.99 for the day I stopped loving Watford's, the day I stopped breathing. Mugs, $7.99. They go to the epilepsy charity, so you're doing a bit for charity, and a really good quality mug as well. We've got a few bumper stickers on their way as well, so we'll be pitching them out very, very shortly. I'm in discussions with Graham Laycock. If you've got any ideas for Graham, just message Graham Laycock on the forum or personal message him, obviously. And just remember, with Lord Soren, Watford Market, sweets for all. It's sweets for all. There we go. I've got it right. Sweets for all. Thank you. Bro punches and everything.
Cup as well,
he sells the Graham Laycock cup as well. He does it for charity. £10, £5 of it goes to charity, and £5 goes to Soren, which I don't know what he spends on. Probably sweets. He probably spends on sweets. Probably just eating the sweets. We have poison tested some sweets, so they're not poisonous. So please go down to Unit 5 in Watford Market. Especially on match day, so he does sweet bags there as well. So go into Unit 5 Watford Market, and there's a nice breakfast place next door as well. I know he's been pitching that as well. Apparently, a nice decent brekkie.
I've been there actually. It's awesome.
Yes, yes. So he's gone there as well. So he's been there. Go and have your brekkie. Go and get a sweet bag, and then go and get your shirt signed by Duncan. No, what can I say?
Why do you want my one?
I don't know. Not your one, but you just signed theirs.
Yeah. That's right.
For money, no, I thought you for it. But yeah, guys, so remember, guys, go to our YouTube, but once again, like, share, and subscribe. Get all the latest. Press the notification icon, and you get all the latest podcasts. If you miss these ones, you always get the updated ones. We get little fancy graphics on them. That's all it is, really. And you get the audio ones as well. So if you can't be bothered watching it, I wouldn't watch our ugly mugs. You can listen to the audio one, yeah. Our sensual voices.
Yes.
Our sexual voices.
Sexual now, is it?
Yeah. Deep voice, that deep sort of growl that you get through the audio. So yeah.
Right, one more question. When does Gomez get his 100th appearance? I'm saying Huddesfield.
After his 99th.
No, I'm saying Huddesfield. I think it's time to put him back in. He deserves his 100th before the game. He will get it because he does deserve it. I think time is now. Chuck the man back in the posts for Huddesfield. We're getting to this situation where we need to win.
Didn't Super Dan Grimley say about that? He said that it's time for Gomez to come in now.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'd be inclined, yeah.
No, not that he's been absolutely horrendous, Kinesis. Far from it.
I think he had a very good couple of games after he
Yes.
initially came in.
Definitely.
I think performance are starting. And since the Chelsea game, they've tailed off.
Yeah.
Which also, in fairness, has also coincided with the entire team falling off as well.
Yeah.
It's not Conez's fault necessarily,
No.
but him, like everyone else, I think is sort of culpable in that front as well.
Yeah.
And I think having someone who's more adapted to the league, knows the team better because he's been with them for a longer period of time,
Yeah.
and the players know his style of play better as well. I think those factors would probably make him a more suitable choice
For
right
a
now.
big important game like this as well. I think
And I think he's more, and I do think he's just more of a leader on and off the pitch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, he is. It might perk Richardson up because he was a bit upset the way
The Brazilian
Gomez-
connection.
Yeah, put him
because
on
he took
and
him
all.
under his wing
Gomez
like a
starts,
father figure,
Richarlison
wasn't he?
That's what he
starts.
did, yeah, and he's still doing that now.
He still does, yeah.
Might
It's
cheer
not as
Richarlison
pronounced.
up a bit.
Yeah, it's not as pronounced as, but he still does it.
When he was going to St Albans, he was in St Albans Market eating from
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
so he
saying
does
that's what he
do
does.
it,
I'm saying I'm saying Gomez isn't doing it to try and be all flashy. He's doing it because he's a really fucking good person, my language. But that's what he is.
No, he's a lovely man. No, good on him.
Well, these got a couple of the guys. I know Mick and Stuart have shouted out. Oh, just remember Watford Steve about his t-shirts. He's done a Stuart Scullion one and a Tommy Mooney one as well. So he's done them as well, guys. So check them out on our forum. Yeah, Mooney. Super down group. But Watford Steve saying, well, this is agree with Deanie with gritted teeth. This is Stuart saying this. He has to go legend, but not the player he was. But he's on his own up front, which you're saying about the two up front. Watford Woody's saying, yeah, but even when you're man marked, you have to try and lose them. He seems to have no idea how to. Time for Deanie to go sort of like gritted teeth.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Yeah.
I still think I wish the last few games now just play two up front and we can really get, because I mean Deanie could flourish. Deanie had his best spell when he played with two up front.
When Gray was up on top with him.
No, just in the Championship and the first season of the Premier League, he was a better player with a player up front.
Yeah.
When Iggy was up front with him, he's a better player.
Yeah.
When he's up on his own, he's not the same player.
That's
what I was saying earlier in this one as well.
Yeah,
he needs that little second striker support.
He does. Yeah, great.
That's his style of play. That's what it was doing in the Championship for 5 or so seasons thereabout.
Well, especially with Vidra and Iggy, with that, especially with Vidra as the real first one, when he really flourished when he had
I'm
Vidra.
saying, that's his style of play. He's always had a strike partner that he feeds it onto.
Yeah.
That's how he got so many goals with him in the side. That's why he also had so many assists as well. If you remember, his assist count was superb for a striker.
Yeah. Because
he had the strike partner to feed it to.
Yeah.
Without that, he just doesn't know. He looks isolated.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Well, like I said, he wins a header and no one's near him. Deanie at that point has done his job. He's beat the man, flicked it on pretty well in the space. What the hell is everyone? It's just easy, isn't it? 3-on-1, easy peasy. Don't matter how strong Deanie is. He win it, I'll get there. Hard work over. Close them in. It's just
right. We've got to wrap this up.
Go on, then, mate.
But no, guys, thank you very much. And thank you, Deano. Glamorous. I'm not host. He's the glamorous host. So he's more glamorous than I am, anyway. But I will try and be glamorous on Sunday when Mourinho joins us. And we've got Danny Iron here as well from WD18 fame. So Danny, welcome you to the show. I think we eventually got Super Darren Grimley on the show.
We'll get Mr. Quick at some point.
Quickly as well. We'll get him quickly. Yes, Danny. So remember, Danny's on the show on Sunday alongside myself, the young man Deano, and Move Deano. So we'll see them guys. We're nearing the 900 mark. Like Move says, we're not satisfied with this. Definitely not by no means possible. 1,000, damn you. The quicker we get to 1,000, the quicker the six-pack comes on Moves. Which comes first? I think the 1,000 will definitely come in more than. But yeah, just remember, six-pack challenge. We'll give you an update every week. It's not really happening yet, but he promised me it will. He'll get there, and hopefully by the end of October. But guys, just remember, Sunday, tune in 8 o'clock as usual. If you've got any videos or anything you want to send in, please do, because we will put as much as we can up on YouTube and just post them on the forum if you can't be bothered to PM me that stuff as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, just shout a couple more things out before we go. 2 up front all day long, Super Darren Grimley. Tell the football manager, tell the road sweeper.
Oh, road
That's
sweeper.
a good one.
Good one.
That's a
That's a
good
good
one.
one.
Yeah, no, that's right.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much. It's good night from him.
Good night from him.
See you later, guys. It's done. Yeah.
The madness never stops.